So this is an Eldest Odyssey 634. Just going to take you around the van, show you how it operates. Front of the van, we've got a jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker, you've got your 2 gas bottle tie downs. 2 gas bottle tie downs are very simply there to allow you to tie down 2 6kg propane gas bottles should you need to. You then got the gas regulator on the bulkhead where you can attach your pipe work to, and before you leave we'll attach a bit of pipe work here and connect your gas bottles or gas bottle to the van itself. On the side of the regulator you have a gas shut-off valve to isolate the gas supply going from the regulator to the caravan itself. Coming down the side of the van, you have a water pump connection. Very simple, 2 tabs at the bottom on either side. You push it into place and lock it in. The pickup pipe itself actually drops down inside the ack roll. The ack roll or the pickup pipe needs to be fully submerged in water prior to turning the water pump on. If it isn't, it could potentially cause an airlock in the water system. It does need to be fully submerged. Either side at the front down below, you've got your 2 wind down legs to stabilise the caravan while it's on site, and again they are only there for stabilising, not lifting. On either side of the van at the front, on the side of the van at the front of the van, you've got your heating and hot water flue. The heating and hot water flue is very simply there to allow to do the same job as the flue on your side of the house. So you do need to remove this prior to operating anything on gas or electric inside the caravan when it comes to the heating or hot water. Then got your wheel nuts. We'll talk the wheel nuts before you leave site with the van. Grey waste pipes. Fresh water goes in the front of the van, and you'll have 2 bits of grey pipe that go into the larger diameter holes inside the van here when the waste comes out of the sinks and the shower. Coming to the back of the van, you've got your 2 wind down legs either side at the back of the van. You've then got your toilet flush tank, which takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. And that is your flush system. So it's a bit like the toilet, your tank on top of your toilet at home, system tank. And then you've got your toilet waste tank at the bottom. Pull up the orange handle and pull the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spin and spite back at you. You need to put 1 litre of water in here and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. Coming further down the side of the van, you've got your heating and hot water heating flue, outlet, sorry. So essentially when you've got the blown air heating on inside the caravan, you can have it to warm your awning up as well. Then got your 2 fridge vents. 2 fridge vents are very simply there to allow the hot air at the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in. Then got your battery box with your mains power lead coming out the side of the van, barbecue gas point, and the last of your wind down legs. Going on to the inside of the caravan now. So once you come onto the inside of the caravan, on the right hand side as you come in, you have your main control panel. So you have your master power switch just here, which isolates the whole power to the caravan. You've got your water pump run, which I'll come back to in a moment, and then you've got your battery voltage on this left hand side. Below that you've got your ultra store heating and hot water, which I'll get hot water system, which I'll come back to in a moment, and the same with the heating. First thing you're going to need to do when you come into the caravan is fill the water system up. So you can open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system with your aqua roll connected on the outside. Then you come underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the caravan, and down in this cupboard, just in the centre of the screen almost there, is a yellow valve. That yellow valve needs to be parallel with the floor to be able to fill the water system up, and upright towards the bottom of the seat to drain the water system down. So with that valve parallel to the floor, your aqua roll connected on the outside and your pickup pipe fully submerged in the water, you can come over to your water pump switch on the wall, turn the water pump on and allow the water system to start filling. Once you have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan, the water system is completely full. And at this point you can shut all of the taps back off and you can start thinking about warming the water on board the van. So coming over to the control panel on the far side here, you have hot water on this switch on the left hand side on mains electric, just here, and then you have your gas option on the right hand side here. So it's a preset temperature on the electric, warms it around 30 to 40 degrees of water temperature. Then on the right hand side you have your gas option, which allows the water system to boost while you're showering on board the caravan, and also to operate the water heating when you are off grid. You can control the water temperature between 30 and 70 degrees on this dial at the front, and you'll know it's lit if you have a green light on the right hand side. If a red light appears in here, it actually means it's failed to ignite on gas. To turn off the water heating on gas, you spin the dial back round to the off position on the right hand side here, and this tab needs to be pointing at the off position. Below that you have your electric heating for the caravan. Now to operate the electric heating on the caravan, you need to have this switch in the down position. And on the right hand side here, you've got the option of how many watts of power you have coming into the caravan. So depending on what site you're on, you'll have 500, 1,000, 2,000, you may even have 3,000 watts on some sites, but it will just depend on what you set this to what power is available on the site. So, when you've selected your correct power supply, you'll be able to control the temperature of the heater on the dial in the centre here. The higher you go, the hotter the heating will be. To isolate the heating, you spin it back to the off position, and it isolates the power to the heater itself. You've then, on top of the heater, got the option to run gas. So with your gas connected on board the caravan, you can spin this dial around on the left-hand side between 10 and 9. Hold down the gas valve, and once it ignites on gas, you'll have a pilot light in this window at the front. Once it has ignited on gas, you'll continue to hold down the igniter for a further 5-10 seconds, then slowly release the gas valve. Once it's ignited, like I said, you slowly release it, then you'll be able to control the temperature of the heater on gas on this dial on the left-hand side. To turn the gas back off, you spin it back to the 0 position on the left-hand side here. On the top right-hand side of the heater, you have your option for your blown air heating. So you can also use this as a cool air fan, a bit like you do in your car, for instance. So you've got your fan speed on top here. The dot in the centre indicates the heat is going to come out the front of the heater. The wave symbol on the left-hand side indicates continuous blown air heating. And on the right-hand side, you've got the A, which indicates automatic blown air heating, which cuts in and out with the thermostat on board the caravan. And like I said, for it to come back out the front, you'll put it on the dot in the centre here. We'll go over to the fridge next. The fridge is very simple to operate. You use the power button on the front to turn the fridge on. So once the fridge is turned on, you'll have a blue light here to say it is a, once you've got it on, it'll come up with 3 different power options on this left-hand side. Now you've got the gas option here at the moment. If it fails to ignite on gas, it's going to bring up a 9 and a spanner symbol here to indicate it has failed to ignite on gas. You can change the power, and it will also flash the blue light at the bottom here if it fails to ignite. If the blue light is solid, it means it has ignited on gas. Use the button on the left hand side to change the power source you want to use. So as you can see now, we've gone to 240 mains power, which is now running from the 240 mains on the site we are on. And then you've got the option to change the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side on gas or electric. This is the same operation. You've then got 12 volt mode. Now a lot of people think the 12 volt mode is the power supply from the caravan itself, the 12 volt supply. It is not. It is the 12 volt supply from the vehicle you are towing with. If you have the correct connection on the car you are towing with, then it will allow the fridge to work as a cool box as you are travelling down the road. If this blue light is flashing and it's connected to the car, it very much means that potentially the car does not have the right wiring going to it or the wrong connection. You do have a freezer compartment in the top there, and that is also controlled by the dial, the button on top, and it operates the temperature in the same way. Microwave, hob, grill and oven all work very much like your household appliances, no difference at all there. As long as you've got 240 mains coming into the caravan, the microwave will work as a household one would. The same with your hob, grill and oven, they all operate on gas. Underneath the bed at the rear of the caravan, you have your storage, as you'd expect to see, and the bed frame does actually lift up so you can access all of that storage. Coming into the back of the caravan now, we have the toilet system itself. So you have an electric flush on top of the toilet. You have a toilet full indicator light that illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself actually turns for your convenience, as you can see. However, when you're removing the toilet cassette from underneath the caravan, it needs to be in this straight on position. Below the toilet, we also have the grey waste handle. Now the grey waste handle is there to allow the waste into the toilet cassette under the van. Push it across to the right hand side and it allows the waste into the cassette. When it's back in the central position, it will allow you to remove that toilet waste cassette to empty it should you need to, but you always need to make sure this is back in the central position before you do that. The last thing I'm going to show you is where the 240 trip switches are. And they should be just down on the left hand side here, and it's covered at the front of the van. So you've got your 240 trip switches, and a little tip for you: if you're on site with mains power and you're not sure if you've got mains power coming in, hit the test switch, If the power drops down, or the power switch drops down as it has just done here, it means there is mains power coming into the caravan from the site you're on. You've then got your indicators across the top here to indicate what each of these fuses is for. Now on the left hand side, you've got your 12 volt fuses for when you're running on the 12 volt, and again each of these is marked with each of the different fuse types down the left hand side. So this is the Eldest Odyssey 634. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. We appreciate the business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thank you again. Bye bye.